Hey everyone, we just got our first console mod drop of 2026 in Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm here to take you through all the different mods that have been released. Now, I'm a bit sorry for the video being late. I was testing them and I found something that may conflict, and I want to bring this to everyone's attention. But first off, we did get the CAR Wildshape mod. I'm so stoked. I was saying that this one was likely going to come because it was covered in the Larian channel from Hell. We also got the Oath of Divine Tempest Paladin, the Oath of the Phoenix, which is one mod that is causing issues. The Ironhand Grenadier class, the Wanderer, CL's Winter Wonderland, which released just a few weeks ago, 25 new feats, and many, many more. Now, I first want to just start off by saying that the Oath of the Phoenix Paladin is causing issues because it will overwrite the other Paladin subclasses. So you actually can't install both of these at the same time, and that was a big issue that I was having. I also went through the discussion on the mod itself, and the Wailing Bard actually reached out and mentioned how this was happening. So yeah, just want to put that out there. If you're using any other Paladin mod, this is going to replace all of them. So just a heads up on that. Now, this wasn't our best console mod drop, but they're just getting back from the holidays, so just getting into the swing of things. And I am happy that we do have the CAR Wildshape here by Wa_Rook. And what this does is it gives you this, it's not a class, it's actually just a class ability that gets added to your bar here, lets you wild shape into a car like you're in Monopoly. It is hilarious, really funny. If you're doing any type of like funny run with your friends, that's exactly what this is for. It does have some different attacks, leads you to grease. It does have a charging attack, which does an 8d8 of damage. So it is obviously, if you got hit with a car, it would probably do that amount of damage. But yeah, some different abilities here. Got a debug. You can use the ignition to light up your oil. It's an interesting ability that kind of feels like it's a class. Now, I'm stoked that we got the Oath of the Divine Tempest Paladin here by Lee Carinator. What I love most about this, other than the fact it was released on my birthday, is that you get a special hammer that returns you when thrown, kind of like Mjolnir. So as a bonus action, we also get the Stormforge Infusion, which lets you channel lightning into any weapon that you want, and whenever it throws, it returns to your hand. The Hurl of Judgment, which is a class action, which lets you hurl your weapon as active of Divine Judgment. On impact, it deals an additional 2 lightning damage with your Charisma modifier, and your weapon returns to your hand. There's also the Hurl of Thunderous Force, which can daze a target, which is great for any wisdom saves like command or hold person. And you also get the Storm Flash, which is a bonus action channel divinity here, which lets you teleport up to 9 meters. Now, I love this. If you're someone that enjoys lightning, thunder, and even Thor, Mjolnir, this is a class to try out. I'll be posting a build on this later on today. Very well done on this Thor-inspired class. Now, the Oath of the Phoenix, I was going to show this off, but it was causing my PC to crash endlessly. So, yeah, this does have some different fire-based abilities. Just want to mention again that if you're going to use this with other Paladin mods, it's going to overwrite them, and you may not even be able to load your save. I was getting a 75% load issue, but it comes with like Fireball, Fire Shield, Wall of Fire, Flame Strike, Mass Cure Wounds, and some other abilities here, which lets you at level 1 summon a fire elemental that will grow alongside you. There is also Flame Bless Me, similar to like an Elden Ring spell, which gives you additional fire damage equal to Charisma modifier, Fiery Diving Strike, Flame Breath, and a few other abilities. And Flame Renew Thy Soul, emits a Radiant Pulse of Energy, heals allies for a 2d6 plus Charisma modifier, and then does a 2d6 of fire and radiant damage to enemies. And your health is reduced to 1 as you burn your life force to protect others. Pretty cool. And again, the Flame Elden Ring kind of inspired is interesting. There's no Flame Grant Me Strength, which is my favorite spell, but still really, really interesting by Blue Joe 11. Now, the Ironhand Grenadier class here by Yoon Moonsik is a fun one. It's funny because this mod actually came out about a year ago, almost to the day, and I remember talking about it back then because it's a really fun one because you get bongle attacks. Basically, what this is it's kind of inspired by Deep Gnomes and the grenades. Here are the different types of bombs that you can craft. I love whenever things combine different damage types like Psychic and Force with the Hypno Bomb here, which can give them the effects of Hypnotic Pattern. There's so many cool things that you can do with this class. This is one that I'll be posting a build for tomorrow. Cool icons here, which kind of shows you what the grenades will do. And here are all the different abilities that you get alongside it. You can choose from different bombs, and you got your bongle attack here, which scales up in damage as you continue to increase in level, and you get more of them as well as you level up. It's a very fun one, which again, I'll be posting a video on tomorrow. We also got the Wanderer version 2.0 here by Terry Barrier. I really think this one's interesting because of the way that you're casting. So you get latent arcana points here, and you also can invoke them. You get to choose from a few different abilities here, and you can also kind of infuse like your weapon with these attacks. Like, this is crazy. Reducing your critical hit threshold by 5. That's a 25% boost to your crit rate as a latent arcana point bonus action ability. You can also use these to get resistance. You can teleport with it. You even have latent life here, which is like Vampiric Touch, which uses that in a full action. So you kind of like blend between like a melee spellcaster. I'll show you the VFX in just a moment, but you do get the Wanderer's Gift here, which gives a few different passes, which means you can't be blinded by any source. Amazing at level 1. And as you level up, you do get to select some different spells here, which is nice. There are 2 subclasses with the Heritage of Chaos, which lets you make an attack with advantage in exchange for a use of Latent Arcana and a random Chaos Strike effect. And I think this one's interesting, the Heritage of Storm. You get more movement speed and you can do a free jump. And then on top of that, you do an explosion. You take up more of your movement speed for the jump, but it does a bit of thunder damage and pushes people back. And you can see here some of the different VFX that you're going to get with this class. And then at level 5 here is when you get an additional 1d10 of force damage on all attacks made with weapons and the Imbue weapon. So after the attack, a spell can be cast at no additional cost. So you kind of weave between these two things here. And you unlock more spells as you continue to level up and more passives. And then you can change your invoke, which is kind of interesting because you can make it do an area of effect explosion. You can make a chain around to multiple enemies. You can make it so that it's an area of effect around you. Or you can make it so that it's a large line. And I like this passive. After you get hit by a crit, you can then force a critical hit for one of your teammates. I'll show you this in a build guide in the future, but basically you're going to be casting spells to get your orbs, and then you can use them to invoke, and then it's kind of a resource system where you roll it around. You then have your imbue weapon, which again, you can do a magical attack, and then also do a spell afterwards. And then you can also create your different types of orbs here, so you can use these ahead of time and get yourself that orb, which is going to be a little glowing orb that you see there, which gives your invoke additional damage whenever you go to use it. And you see I took the area of effect one, so you can go ahead with the invoke. Super cool VFX, I just want to showcase that. Again, there'll be a future video on this. Now, we did get the CL Winter Wonderland here by Copperleaves, and this is really cool. I'm hopeful that my College of Winter Spirit Bard comes to console, because this is the perfect outfit for it, and they just look awesome. So perfect for wintertime. It does come with 2 different types of dye, so you can change some of the other outfits or make your entire team stylized like this. I'll just quickly go through some of the different outfits here. They all come with their different passives. The one I have on right now is the Winter Sweeping Coat. It comes with increased armor class as you level up, increase your constitution. Whenever you begin your turn on a frozen surface, you get health points and resistance to cold damage. And a few of the other ones here, similar effects. I really like the helmets because they give you group skate, which is awesome to make it so that your team is not hindered by the ice in an area of effect. And then this also increases your intelligence, gives you a create water bonus action. And whenever you deal a critical hit, it does an additional 1d6 of cold damage. Abominable Snowman. Yeah, awesome stuff here. I should also mention the boots are awesome because you can create ice surfaces just by standing. And this mod came out December 17th. So we are seeing mods that have come out somewhat recently, actually. So this is really cool to see. Next up, we got Ghost Deck of Many Feats Patch 8, ready by the Ghost _. Now, I did have this installed. I'm uninstalled because I was troubleshooting, trying to get my game to work for the last 2 hours. But yeah, the different feats that you can get here. You get Close Fighter, which lets you use a reaction, hit anyone that enters your range. I love this. A lot of these bring new ways to build around your character. Spellcaster Expert gives you spell slots and increases one of your stats, and a +3 to spell save DC. They're a little bit powerful, but hey, some of the feats in this game, I just did a video the other day talking about the best feats, all 41 of them in Baldur's Gate 3, and there's only like 6 or 7 that are actually like ones you'd want to use typically. These all give you some fun abilities, like getting Rapas's reaction. That's totally worth taking a feat. Give you a passive extra action, which is honestly, some of these do get a little bit overpowered. Free bonus action, makes sense. You can do 3 actions +5 to initiative. Yeah, there's a little bit of a power scaling here, but I know a lot of people do enjoy these type of feat mods. So yeah, it's worth checking out. Gives you a whole new way to build around your character. And for fans of Divinity Original Sin 2, I've been posting a few videos regarding that game. This is similar to Lone Wolf mode from that. And if you don't know what that is, basically it gives you a toggleable passive that enables this Lone Wolf mode. So whenever you do this, you get an additional action point, increase your health points by 30%, create capacity, 1d4 bonus to all your d20 rolls, and more frequent use of your weapon actions once per battle instead of per short rest. So it just fully recreates that. This mod was originally made by Space Monkey 83, and Adianon and Lunixis have recreated this here. And despite being called Lone Wolf, it's kind of, I think, feels best if you play with 2 people. So that'd be my recommendation. If you want to have something a little bit more challenging and you just want to do maybe a quick run with you and your significant other, boom, this is what it's for. Next up, we got Book Club with Gale. I know a lot of people are really excited for this one. This is another mod by Hyperspace Towel. So this will give Gale a nice little seat here, and whenever you go to sit down beside him, he's going to comment and say something. Our very souls do echo. Oh, that was deep, philosophical. Thank you, Gale. There is also another one that we got by Hyperspace Towel as well. So again, this one comes with over 50 different reactions when you sit, and depending on your status with him, he's going to give you different ones. Pretty cool stuff. They list out all the different examples of what you may see. Really cool. But we also got the meme edition, also by Hyperspace Towel here, which additional add-on, which makes him say, the orb. And the Weave, and Mistra. So yeah, if you want to see our dorky wizard be even dorkier, this is the way to do it. And we also got Tusk evolved. It's so sweet to see more of these mods getting improved because I think these are really fun. That's right, the boar that's been wiggling and storing in the Emerald Grove, you can now have him as a summon, and it's a progressive-based summon. This mod by Xaon is so cool. I recommend trying out any of theirs. Us Evolved is a really fun one that just got updated yesterday. I did a video talking about that. But it basically makes him into like a full-on character. So he's got immunity to Stinking Cloud and a bunch of other things here that make sense. I encourage you to try these out, all of them. If one of these is calling to you, it's really cool because it's just going to give you an increased level to this as well. It's progressive, ton of abilities. It doesn't feel like overpowered. It's obviously going to be strong. Summons in pretty much any video game end up being strong. And it also gets full compatibility with level 20, improved extra attack. This is really cool. It's awesome to see mods like this get so so deep and into it with just like a character like that. And if you really like it, it's perfect. This one is themed around the Berserker Barbarian, as they usually do focus on a class with you, all of these. And yeah, I still do plan on doing a video breaking out all of the evolved mods by Xaon. And next up, we got the Slayer Assets Rathgor Dark Urge Dragonborn CC by Akelka. So we got some more Dragonborn mods, and I'm really hoping that we'll see one that I just recently covered here, which Akelka also made, where it changes Karlach and Astarion into Dragonborns. This isn't on console, just want to clarify this, but this just got made, and I still want to talk about this because so cool. Dragonborns normally don't have really good facial animations, and Akelka made it happen. I know that's not to the point of this, but I just wanted to touch on that because I think it's really cool. And we also got the No Crest for Dragonborn by Akelka here. And if this is your fancy, to me, this is what this looks like. No hate, I think it's awesome for those that want it, but yeah, it's a look. I do gotta say, they look confident with it, so that's cool. We also got Bath Before Bed, Clean Camp Nights by Kelosina. Now, this basically just gives you, you've probably had many scenes in this game where you go to bed, have a spicy scene, and you're covered in grime and blood and goblins. So this basically is just a little spell that you can use at any time to clean yourself up. I do want to quickly mention, though, that if you have cheater spells installed, which I know a lot of people do, there is something in here where you can go through, and it's just going to be the Cheaters Clean Party here. You just use that, so it's just going to clean everybody up. I always just drag it onto my hotbar there just to have it available at any time, and then just clean everybody up all at once. There are other mods that can remove grime and not even have it happen on your character, which I also really like for a bunch of mods. But this is just a separate mod. Some people like the lightweight, different types. We also got AW's Arsenaaaal by A Loving Husband here. So these items are in the tutorial chest, and unfortunately I wasn't getting this one to work. I've had a couple issues with some of these in the past. I'm not sure what happens, but these are like equipment based. Like you drink a potion, you get some different abilities from these based on these different classes here. Basically it's just like it's a class item kind of deal where you get a potion and it gives you different armor and stuff, which kind of gives you abilities and makes you feel like your own class. And this is getting updated, and they're putting out new stuff on it. Now, we got some quality of life mods here. The Speak with the Dead Unlimited by Swiss Fred. So this gives you a no question limit. You can use it as many times if you miss any answers. It's just a great quality of life that just makes things a lot easier. And you can also use it on Burn, Dissolved in Acid, or Unrecognizable Corpses, which is kind of annoying sometimes when you're playing. I love playing spellcasters. It's annoying to have to focus on more physical types of damage instead of blowing things up with Fireball. So yeah, this is nice. But this is one that I think is even greater with the Auto Digger Unbalanced, also by Swiss Fred 57, because sometimes it's just annoying going around having to use your shield. I also want to mention something that not a lot of people know is whenever you fail the survival check, even if you pass it, you know there's a mountain of dirt. If you fail it, just go into your inventory and use a shovel and use it on the ground because you're in range for it. It's kind of a funny check because you can just, if you fail, pass or fail. But this just automatically will do it for you, which is really nice. So basically it reveals the chest. Survival checks on hidden are always a success. No need for shovels, so you don't even have to keep it in your inventory. You'll just automatically dig it up and get the loot. Pretty cool stuff. Now this is more on the cheat side of things, but I don't think this is too bad. +1 Warlock Invocations, so you can now pick 3 at level 2 instead of Warlock level 2. And if you're wondering for the best 3 to pick at level 2, it's Agonizing Blast, Devil Sight, and Repelling Blast. Devil Sight is just insanely good, so yeah, that's awesome for Warlock fans. Now we got the Sniper class extra feats here by Eclipse, so this gives feats at every 2 levels. There's a lot of other mods out there that haven't got their extra feats mod. I'm not too sure where they get all that from, but I guess it's nice to see it on console now too. And we also got Mole's Glow Up here, so this just gives her a new outfit whenever she joins the guild. This is by What's on the Flip, but Yeah, the first console mod drop of 2026. Again, I just want to quickly mention that there is that Oath of the Phoenix that does cause some issues with other Paladin mods. So just want to put that out there before anyone gets any issues with their save files. As I usually, before these videos, I like to go through and make sure I test everything. And I have a pretty extensive testing that I go through as I also test my own mods. So yeah, let me know which of these mods is your favorite in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. And I hope you guys all have an amazing day.